The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Welcome to another episode of Speaking with the Senator. I'm Senator Kevin Avard from District 12 here starting here in Nashua. And we just want to let you know that this show is here for you. It's here for the local people, local citizens who want to talk to their senator. How cool is that you can actually sit on a television show and talk with your senator about any issue that comes to your mind. And that's why we're here. And so if you have an interest on coming on the show, please contact us and we'll reach out to us, and we'd love to have you. And so today's topic, we're going to be talking with an organization that helps small businesses, actually small to medium-sized businesses. You know, as a senator, a lot of times we get these inquiries as, Senator, I have a problem with this, or I have a problem with this with my business, and you know, all I can do is refer them in the past to what I would call the Department of Bureaucracy. You know, go to this agency, go to that agency, see this person, and I'll try to connect you. Maybe you need to talk to a commissioner. And that's about as far as I can go, because I'm a legislator, and legislators make rules. They happen to know people, but up in Concord. But if you really want detailed help, sometimes it's hard for us to know where to go. So there is an organization. It is funded by the state, and it's designed specifically to help small businesses. And so with that as a short introduction, I would like to introduce Elizabeth Gray with the Small Business
Development Center.
Small Business Development Center. And welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
And our guest is, I'll let you introduce him.
Quinn Worden, CEO of PT United, a local company out of Nashua.
PT United, so welcome to both of you.
Yeah, great to be here. Thank you.
I just want everybody to know I was going through LinkedIn, and I saw in your heading something about how you help out small businesses, and that's really the genesis of this. A number of people have contacted me in the past, and like Olga's, and it was around the same time that I said hi, and you went right to bat for them, so here's a person that is having an issue with rent or with her small businesses, and I didn't have a good answer for her. And what seems to be a godsend for me right now is the fact that when either Olga or Paul or this small business or that small business has an interest in, hey, how do I register? How do I start employees, or this or that? Well, I'm glad to help. Here's Elizabeth, right? And so can you tell us a little bit before we go any further, what is your organization? You know, it's a model. What does it do?
Yeah, so the New Hampshire Small Business Development Center was created here in New Hampshire almost 37 years ago. Oh. And our main mission is to provide highly individualized one-on-one advising to small businesses here in the state. And when I say small, like you were saying, it's from the solo entrepreneur all the way on up to 500 employees, because we work under the SBA's definition of what is small. So we can work with companies in any industry at any stage of growth. So an entrepreneur that has an idea, all the way on growth stage, all the way through the life cycle to an exit or a transition and a sale to the next generation, or passing that on. We support companies with business plan development, a marketing strategy, growth strategies, bringing a new product to market, managing, the COVID pandemic and how to work through all of the additional challenges that businesses faced in the last year. We have been there, right by the side of thousands of businesses. And it's great to have Quinn here today because he can tell you a little bit himself about exactly how he has worked with the SBDC over the years. But again, our focus is that one-on-one, very individualized advising. And I think one of the big parts is that we do this all at no cost to the businesses that we work with because, like you said, we have great support from the state, the federal government through SBA, and then other partners and resources like our host institution, UNH, the Community Development Finance Authority, the Tillotson Fund, and a number of other private sector partners that have helped us grow the organization and expand our advising capabilities and programs and educational resources across the state.
That's a lot. Quinn, what's your story? How did you find out about this organization?
I think I cold called on them when I was still living in South Florida and I was looking to relocate to New Hampshire. Personally, the company was always based in New Hampshire since we started it. And I got in touch with Hollis McGuire and she tapped me into the ecosystem. Like everything I needed at that time, that stage of the business when we were $500,000 in sales and 3 employees.
Who needs Shark Tank, right? We got you.
No, when you've got your SBDC advisor, there you go.
It's like, here's access to this local bank. Well, here's 5 banks that you can, talk to that we've had success in the past. If you're looking to get a line of credit going and you want some borrowing power, walked us into navigating hiring and bringing on some first employees. And
tell me a little bit about that, because I wanted, how did you get help from them? When did you know to ask those questions?
I just shared where we were at, and my advisor that I have, Hollis, she's the real deal. She's founded, she's grown, she's sold, she's advised, she's done a lot. She's been there and done that. So I was super lucky, and I don't know too many of the other advisors a little bit, but the work I had with Hollis, she knew what to ask me. She asked me all the right questions and pointed me in all the right directions. And I feel like I just got really lucky getting connected with her and Small Business Development Center. It's been amazing working with you guys.
Thanks. Yeah. If I could add on to that, the way our organization is set up, though, we are a statewide network. So there are individual business advisors located around the state, and we're organized by region. So Hollis is one of the great advisors within the Merrimack Valley region. And then depending on where you're coming in from, we'll connect you with a local advisor. But beyond that, we also do a lot of co-advising. So you can tap into, like Quinn could tap into Hollis's expertise, but if Hollis has another question or something else that she knows that somebody on the other side of the state, in the seacoast, is great at, she will pick up the phone, send an email, make that connection, do a Zoom meeting with the 3 of them, and get that moving in that direction. But just within our team, we have over 200 years of experience working as owning a business or working on the SBDC team and advising. So that's a lot of experience and depth and breadth.
That's amazing. That's what I see on like private equity group websites, like over 200 years experience, like some of the best PE shops in the country.
So tell us a little bit about your business. What is it?
My dad's a physical therapist in Plastow, New Hampshire for my entire life. And I started PT United to help him improve his business performance. And some of the challenges in the PT business, you got rising costs and dwindling reimbursements from your payers, and all your patients need products to have an optimal outcome. So we developed some software to help them save time, saving money, procuring their equipment and supplies, and some really cool tech to get products to their patients, both in the clinic and online.
Okay, and how old is it?
Started in 2010.
2010.
Yep.
And you're still located in Plastow. Are you growing?
So we're based in Nashua.
Oh, but it started in Plastow.
Yeah, when I started the company when I was a freshman in college, and so I used my dad's clinic to get all my mail sent there and enjoy all the perks that come with being a New Hampshire business. Yeah. And at that time, that was before the Wayfair dispute with sales tax.
That was
we used to love that. Like, hey, I'm in New Hampshire, no sales tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there with long hearings with that. It's one of those things that just hit you when you don't realize it was coming. So that's interesting. So how do people get in contact with you about your business?
They can reach us at ptunited.com and give us a call at 480-PT-UNITE. And Love to help any physical therapy businesses looking to save time, save money, sourcing their equipment and supplies, or get products to their patients. Would love to help them.
And that's a freebie. So I just want to read something. You had sent it to me today, Elizabeth, and something about the figures. Basically, just in District 12. District 12 is only 3 wards of Nashua. 3 wards of Nashua: Mason, Hollis, Brookline, Rindge, New Ipswich, and Greenville. And what you had said is that over since 2020, just this past year, 113 clients that you've helped out throughout the district. These clients attributed support. You started up 2 new businesses, or helped out with 2 new businesses, created 92 jobs within that framework, raised $6.28 million in new capital, and increased their sales by $950,000 during the pandemic. The total annual sales these clients represent just in this district is $36 million. $36.29 million. I hope the state's funding you well. That's a great return.
That is a really solid return. And that, again, is just your district in 1 year's worth of statistics. And all of that data that we provided you has been verified by our clients. So anything that, like, for example, Hollis would ask Quinn, how did we support you? What were we able to do? And he has to confirm that Hollis's support helped him to create or retain X number of jobs, bring in additional capital, or increase his sales. So everything is validated.
I sent a young man to your contact. His name is Milton. He wants to start a construction company. Very hard worker. He's from El Salvador. Recently became a citizen. We helped him with his becoming a citizen, and he has that American dream. And he calls me up and he says, we want to start a construction company, and what do I do? Well, that's a big question. So, he wants to register it. I told him, of course, to go to the Secretary of State. And then your next plan of action is to call you.
Perfect.
And the whole concept is for people that have no idea where to go. I mean, even from registering your business, you'll take them to that point, from that point, and move them on. But my question, when you said something to the effect, well, and businesses that are 500 or less employees, do you find that businesses that get to that stage are a little more difficult because, after all, they've developed a business plan, they're set in their ways? Maybe they're too proud to reach out to you, or does that happen? I mean, how can you help a business that's already got 500 employees?
Yep. The vast majority of our clients are definitely much smaller, or on the smaller scale, somewhere between the solo entrepreneur all the way on up to roughly 50 employees. That's where the bulk of our clients are coming in from. But again, we can support those businesses in other areas. For example, we've been talking to BAE. They have been a longtime supporter of our small business matchmaker event that we're hosting again in May. And that's a great opportunity for small businesses who are interested in contracting, government contracts, defense contracts, and working in BAE's supply chain, for them to be able to access those contracts and understand what it means to be a part of the supply chain. So we do work in a lot of different ways with some of those larger companies, but again, our sweet spot is with the smaller ones, because we provide that advice. We are that sounding board, that mentor, like Quinn said, and we're able to help, give you that list of, okay, this is where you start. This is the next thing you need to do. Okay, great. You're a chef. You know your food, but we need to make sure that you've got your business plan. You know exactly what you're going to be doing when you're going in to be asking for a loan at the local bank. This is how you prepare for that. Okay, now you've got that. You're going to be opening. Have you talked to your town? What are the rules and regulations there? Have you, okay, you're going to be hiring 3 people to start. Okay, this is what you need to do to bring on those employees. And it's just, it's very methodical in how we think through and work through those challenges. And we meet the business owner where they are at whatever stage, like I said earlier, just starting, need that business plan, or all the way on through that life cycle. But it is a very individualized way that we work with each client. Like Quinn said, and you asked him, well, how did she know what you needed? Quinn just probably started talking and explaining, okay, this is who I am, this is where I am, this is where I want the company to go. Okay, and then Hollis would just kind of keep talking and
Right.
doing a lot of listening.
Right.
Because you need to listen, you need to understand before you can help that client make the right choice and move forward.
Yeah. So one of the tragedies that seems to happen in fresh startups, maybe somebody's a great carpenter or a good or an electrician or a plumber, and they've worked for a company for years and they've watched how it grows, and man, he's making a lot of money and I'm making nothing compared to the owner. And you think it's a sweet spot, just, well, I'm going to go out and start my own. Well, you might be a good plumber. You might be a master carpenter.
Yes.
But you might not be a good business person. So this is a place where you can get some free advice on how to get started up. And I say that because I think that happens a lot. A lot of people start their own businesses after the first year. Oh my goodness, what did I do? Where's all the money gone? How do I save it? How do I retain it? Yeah. I did have a question about nonprofits. Do you help organizations that are nonprofits as well?
We do support nonprofits a little bit, but our main mission is to support for-profit entities. Okay. But we are allowed to do some work with nonprofits as well.
Right. We had a guest on the show. We actually went there. It was a Rise Barbershop in Nashua. It's basically people that are in recovery. It's a place where they can go and hang out and maybe learn a trade.
Great.
And they want to start a facility where people can have a safe place to hang. And it won't be like AA, but it'll be a place where people can gather strength from each other rather than go find another place and use. And so they want to start a place, and it is a nonprofit. And of course, they got their 501c3, that's all set. Now they just need a location. But that's what I mean. They have a for-profit barbershop, but they want to start that nonprofit so that they can help in the community. So really nice organization. They're here right downtown Nashua, right off of Pearl Street.
Well, if you want to send them over to us, I'm happy to kind of talk through that and then make some additional connections to maybe the nonprofit, New Hampshire Nonprofit Center for Nonprofits.
Yeah, I think they're looking for a location too, something that's local.
Yep. Great.
But they've got a great idea. They got a good heart, and they know how to trim beards. This is my very first beard. I'm still working on how to wear it. So so that was an interesting question because for profit is obviously different beast. So, but how do people get in touch with you?
Like Quinn said, sometimes it's a matter of just typing in keywords of small business help, and the SBDC here in New Hampshire pops up. So you can reach us at NHSBDC.org. That's our website. We're of course on every social platform, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, you name it, we're there. But I think, reaching out, of course, by phone as well is a great way to do it too. But there's a lot of great information about the services that we offer, our advising, our education. We have over 20 different new e-courses. So that's another really great place to direct folks when they're thinking about starting a business. They work full time, they get home, they've made dinner, they put the kids to bed, and they've got a half an hour to start thinking about, what do I need to do to prepare myself to start that business? We've got e-courses on starting a business in New Hampshire, financing a business,
free or
marketing, all free. Absolutely everything that we do is at no cost to businesses. So our advising, the e-courses, the resources that we have on our website, the events that we hold, everything is free. We want to be as easily accessible to small businesses everywhere in the state as possible.
It's a shame that this is the first time I really came across this at least within this year.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about this. It's and I'm sure other legislators get asked, what do I do? I don't know who to send them to. I don't want to send this person to a commissioner because they've got their load, or a director, or a department, or and there are multiple agencies where you can send somebody and they can get lost. Was that a help? No. All right. All right. So it's a wonderful oasis that I discovered on my own.
I am so thrilled that you did. You
Yeah.
know, just that one connection through LinkedIn and being able to follow up quickly. It was a great way for us to start the conversation. And
Right.
I think it has already benefited a couple of your constituents
It
here in your
really
district.
has.
And I look forward to being able to support, or our organization to be able to support more of them.
Now, do state reps usually contact you? Are you in touch with them at
Yeah,
all?
you know, we have been challenged in terms of our marketing and to be able to just talk more broadly about who we are and what we do. We keep a really, really, really lean budget, and we haven't been able to dedicate a lot of resources to marketing. So we hear often that we are one of New Hampshire's best kept secrets. But I think folks are hearing a little bit more about us in the news these days, and we're doing a lot more outreach recently on social media through our newsletters. And then we had 35,000 or so people visit our COVID assistance page since we launched that.
35,000.
35,000, yeah, just to one page on our website, because that's where we were listing off relief programs, best practices and advice, webinars on how to apply for PPP or the EIDL programs or the Main Street Relief Fund, trying to determine, is PPP right for me or is unemployment benefits through the state? Which one should I go toward? So we
Are all
posted.
these advisors paid?
Yes, they are. Yes.
All right.
We have full-time or part-time business advisors across
And
throughout the network.
it seems like you're working on a very small budget.
We do work on a lean budget. We, like I had mentioned earlier, that cooperative agreement of USSBA, the state, and UNH as our host, and then a number of other partners to lean in. Our core funding, about half of our funding comes from the U.S. Small Business Administration. About a quarter-ish comes from the state. So in the last 2 years, we received $440,000 per year. We get some money from UNH and then also through the Community Development Finance Authority, the Tillotson Fund, a number of other, private partners, private sector partners like Eversource and a couple others. But we are able to kind of piecemeal that funding together to expand advising services. Like, for example, the Tillotson Fund money, they support our business advisor in the North Country. The CDFA money that comes in supports our advising in Belknap and Grafton and Carroll County. So it's just been a really unique way for us to expand our reach by leveraging our state and federal funds to be able to access additional local and other private funds.
It would be nice for each senator to realize that the money that in each district, how much you folks have contributed in helping out to show a return on their investment.
Right. That $440,000 that the state invested last year had a return on investment for the state of $166.3 million in total annual economic impact.
What?
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is.
It is.
That's amazing.
So it's definitely one area that you don't want to cut, because really the lifeline is not property taxes. It's the small businesses in the state. That's the lifeblood of the engine that makes this run.
Right.
One final thing, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that this is a non-political organization. You're not. You don't lean one way, left or right.
No.
You're there. You're apolitical, and that's important so that nobody has throws any poison here. This is for small businesses, period. So don't make a connection one side or another. And we have that rule in as far as our assistants at the Capitol as well. They all have to be apolitical in order to get things done. You can't be hamstrung by one side or the other, and that's not what this is about. This is specifically here to help the communities and its local businesses thrive.
That's exactly it. It's been a very, very challenging year for so many tens of thousands of businesses here in New Hampshire. And we are here to help them recover, become more resilient, and then in the future, thrive again. All we want is to be able to support those businesses, hear, good stories about how the work that we have done has had a positive impact on them, has helped them save jobs, save their family, save their business. And eventually we'll hear more good news about them thriving again, because we will be bouncing back.
I know we put in a bill the other day. We just voted on it, and just a little portion, this is my thing. performing artists. There was some money allocated towards that. Do they reach out to you at all?
We do work with artists and, a variety of businesses. Yep.
Yeah, because right now they're probably ready to get mental health care treatment because they need to be out there performing.
Right.
And it's funny about artists, if they're not out there doing their thing, it's all that emotion stuck inside you, But restaurants, they reach out to you as well.
We work really closely with the New Hampshire Lodging and Restaurant Association, the Retail Association, the League of New Hampshire Craftsmen, the Arts Council, so a variety of larger associations partner with us, the Tech Alliance. We are going to be launching a new cybersecurity initiative with the New Hampshire Tech Alliance in another couple of weeks.
Jeez.
Next Thursday, you'll see the results of phase 2 of our business resiliency survey, where 1,600 businesses responded, and we'll be able to compare their responses from February 2021 to the first round of our survey back in June of 2020. And it's really interesting to see how things have changed, what businesses have done, how they have become more resilient, what did they do to pivot so that they could survive in the last few months. So some really exciting news around that. I'll be excited to share that with you.
And thank you. I'm going to give you one more plug, Quinn.
Yeah.
Sure.
The name of your business?
PT United,
PT United, located
Nashua, New Hampshire.
where in Nashua?
Right on Simon Street.
Where's Simon Street?
41 Simon Street?
49 Simon Street.
Yeah.
That's good. That's close enough.
Yeah. We don't have too many people come in. Most of our services are software across the country.
And Elizabeth, how do people get in touch with you?
I would encourage them to reach out via our website on NHSBDC.org.
Great.
Thank
And
you.
I'm very grateful for you and for coming onto the show and for really being a resource to help some people. I get a buzz off it. I'm sorry, I do. It's cool. People can call me up and I can say, "There you go. There's a resource for you, and it can help you in multiple applications."
Yeah.
So thank you very much, and I really appreciate you taking the time, both of you, to come on the show. And until next week. Thanks for watching Speaking with the Senator. If you have a business need and you've had a nagging question, you didn't know where to go, you didn't know who to ask, well, this is a resource that really works. It really works. And I would encourage you to explore that. So until next week, thanks for watching Speaking with the Senator. Bye.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.